The U.S. attempting to save the peace deal in Gaza.
Obviously want to go and check on how things are going.
As tensions begin to rise again, our D.C. bureau is live. A rough day for internet users.
When you pull that big plug, everything basically becomes dumb.
Sites continuing to recover from a worldwide outage. The investigation is on.
Well, I think it's the heist of the decade.
The latest on the heist at one of the world's most visited museums. And take a seat.
And we saw this piece of art and it just called our attention.
And enjoy coverage of Miami's wildest exhibit. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Julian Liscano.
And I'm Alejandro Marquina. Today is Tuesday, October 21st, 2025.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
The United States talking deals with Israel as ceasefire turmoil continues. Vice President J.D. Vance is set to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today to push for Gaza deal implementation. This comes after the first major test of this deal since the ceasefire began.
Two U.S. envoys also traveled to Israel on Monday to reinforce the truce. Our D.C. Bureau Ivana Haluski joins us with more.
Good morning, and President Trump said the U.S. will give this situation, and I quote, a little chance in hopes there will be less violence. Amid Israel and Hamas clashes, airstrikes killed 2 Israeli soldiers and roughly 45 people in Gaza. Israel and Hamas blame each other for violating the truce first, but both say they're still committed to the truce. Prime Minister Netanyahu closed off any humanitarian aid to Gaza, but quickly restored, showing signs of maintaining the key components of the deal.
Obviously want to go and check on how things are going.
Israeli officials say his visit comes amid efforts to keep the deal intact and continue pushing for the remaining phases of the agreement.
The best case scenario, meaning if this thing absolutely produces that sustainable long-term peace that the president and I hope that it will, there are going to be fits and starts.
The Trump administration says their strategy is to try and keep Prime Minister Netanyahu from launching a full-on assault on Gaza to try and stop Hamas. U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are working on some such as stabilization force led by Egypt, but no timeline has been set. The entire deal remains fragile with tensions up as Israel says Hamas is delaying the return of hostages' bodies. Israel is still waiting for the remains of 15 hostages. So far, only 13 have been turned over. Hamas said in a statement that mediators have to finish their part of the agreement, particularly humanitarian aid, opening the crossing from Egypt into Gaza, and rebuilding Gaza. U.S. officials say they want to lock in a ceasefire with Israel, as well as start the rebuild of Rafah, the city border with Egypt, as a way to start moving forward. Reporting live at the White House, I'm Ivana Haluski, Caplin News.
And this morning, the most shocking theft of historic jewelry is still under investigation. On Sunday, a gang broke into the Louvre Museum in France and stole artifacts and jewels dating back to the Napoleonic era. Experts say that the chances of recovering the jewels get smaller and smaller as more time passes.
Well, I think it's the heist of the decade. In it, silver in it, diamonds in it. You can melt down the gold, you can melt down the silver, you can cut the jewels, and if you sell them separately, there is no lead to this theft.
The Louvre Museum announced it will remain closed as investigators continue the search for the thieves that were part of what appeared to be a professional heist.
And millions of internet users were left in the dark yesterday, with many popular apps being unavailable. CNN's Michael Yoshida takes us into the root cause of this outage.
An internet outage impacting millions of users across the world.
We've designed everything to work with this constant connectivity. And when you pull that big plug, everything basically becomes dumb.
The all-important plug that was pulled Monday, Amazon Web Services, or AWS. The internet-based cloud service hosts many of the world's most used online services, connecting businesses to people using their apps and online platforms.
AWS sits in the middle of everything. It is, all of these companies, they all have offloaded their web services, their cloud-based services to AWS, which is great because it's more affordable. It's also more scalable than they could do on their own. So that sounds great, except when it fails.
Monday, banking apps like Venmo, online video games, including Fortnite, social media platforms such as Snapchat, along with Amazon-linked smart devices and homes all affected. Disney Plus and Hulu reported outages too, while Delta and United Airlines were also impacted. In 2024, AWS accounted for 37% of the global cloud market share, according to market research firm Gartner.
Part of the problem is the more consolidation we have and the fewer sort of competing web services we have, the more of a problem this is going to be. When you can have something that's seemingly so small or so localized, have such a cascading and global impact.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
A memoir written by one of Jeffrey Epstein's accusers is out this morning and goes into detail about the abuses. Nobody's Girl, written by Virginia Joffrey, who died by suicide in Australia 6 months ago, wrote that she was humiliated and turned over to wealthy and powerful people. In some cases, she was being choked, beaten, and bloodied. The book also recounts efforts she took to seek justice alongside others allegedly abused by Epstein.
Sarasota Magazine recognized the farmers market at Lakewood Ranch as the best farmers market in the U.S. Paris Bender has more on the story.
The Lakewood Market in Sarasota, Florida has officially been voted the #1 market in all of the United States.
My favorite part was the variety of vendors that are here today. I was able to find some gluten-free baked goods and some tallow for some pain. It was very nice. I like it.
Hello, we are in Sarasota County visiting the Lakewood Ranch Farmers Market. Let's check it out. Many of the vendors here are all about health, as there are many organic fruits and fresh produce coming from international places, not to mention how many of these vendors are focusing on food items that are gut healthy.
This is a wonderful market. We've got about 110 vendors here. And it's just great coming out and seeing the people and getting to interact with the folks. And of course, supplying them with a really good, natural, real product. A product that comes straight from the bees.
Besides the fact that many of these vendors sell handcrafted clothes and beautiful items, there are many vendor stations that also focus on dogs and their health as well. This year, it was all about dressing up the dogs for Halloween. Because this farmer's market is international, a speaker all the way from an ancient Japanese village traveled here to sell her matcha product. She speaks on the importance of health to customers.
What I love about being at the farmer's market is that, first of all, I can educate American people the Japanese cultures. What is the kind of back scene behind how the Japanese team being made, produced and harvested, as well as health benefits. And yes, lots of American people in general are interested in health benefits, especially these days.
If you're looking to be more healthy and have a fun time, stop by the Lakewood Ranch Farmers Market in Sarasota. Paris Bender from Caplin News.
Next year marks the 250th anniversary of America, and Disney has their own plans on how to celebrate this milestone. The Walt Disney Company announced its plans yesterday, including a special programming and storytelling across its different platforms. They will begin their festive celebrations next month on Veterans Day and will end on the 4th of July with a 24-hour broadcast.
And the classic coffee brand officially has its very own holiday tradition.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
We saw this piece of art and it just called our attention.
A wild art exhibit makes its way to Lincoln Road after stopping in New York. Newsbreak will be back in just 2 minutes.
Really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes.
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Panther in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
exhibit arrives to Miami Beach. They've been in New York and now they're in Miami. But what's the story behind these statues?
Caplin's reporter Patrick Glover takes a look.
We're having a wild couch party here on Lincoln Road at Miami Beach, where you could have maybe some cake with an ape, coffee with a hippo, and maybe some cupcake with a zebra.
Not many people know what it's about, or the story this piece of artwork tells. But one way or another, a connection is made.
We came with our family, with our son, just to walk around and enjoy the weather. And we saw this piece of art, and it just called our attention.
The artists behind these statues, Gilly and Mark, are known for creating the characters Rabbit Woman and Dog Man, two opposites who found friendship and love despite their differences.
We passed by walking and we saw it and wanted to take a fun photo because it's a really beautiful sculpture. I felt like I was back in my childhood playing with my friends.
Their work goes beyond connection. It also raises awareness for some of the world's most endangered animals, using art as a platform for change.
The first thing we saw is the details on the animals. Yeah, it's really well done. It's a beautiful piece. Making sure to see something like this is really nice. And yeah, just appreciate how beautiful of our art we're watching now.
And for people in Miami, or those just visiting, these traveling sculptures spark a new kind of feeling, a different perspective, a way of bringing the community together, even through a simple photo.
This exhibit will be here till July of 2026, giving plenty of time for both residents and tourists the chance to both see and sit with these endangered animals. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Patrick Glover.
It's an annual holiday tradition at Starbucks. The company officially announced the date for its Red Cup Day. It'll be Thursday, November 13th. Customers can receive a reusably red holiday cup when they buy a holiday beverage at participating stores. The announcement of Red Cup Day comes just 2 weeks after Starbucks unveiled its holiday menu. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
The black truck. Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
To reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
And that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Alejandro Marquina.
And I'm Julian Lescano. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.